Okay, masterpiece strategy for fitness. Let's go ahead and take a look at the color scale here. And I'm going to guide you through a few different questions that can help determine what are the next best steps your to move you up on the color scale for your fitness. Now, the thing I really want to emphasize here is two things. Number one, of course, the more honest you are with yourself, the better information you're going to get to move forward to the next step, wherever you are on the color scale. And the second thing is that I really emphasize this is habit creation. And especially when it comes to fitness, there's this tendency to go all in, be dedicated for a period of time, and then let the gas off, and then things swing back and forth. And that creates a yo-yo uh, type experience where it's up and down, it's up and down. So really what I really emphasize and I share with people is it's about habit creation. So the more habits we build, the easier it becomes. And when we've created something as a habit, it feels weird not to do it. So it becomes very easy, or a lot easier than always having to fight against the grain. So just take a look here and see where do you feel like your fitness is at on the color scale. And let's go through a few of these questions. So number one, how is your plan? Do you have a plan right now? How is it? Is it there tweaks to it that you feel like you should make? Do you feel like there's perhaps a better plan? And the powerful thing about this and why this is connected for creativity, why it's in this module is because our fitness plays such a big role in our mental clarity. And brain fog is such a big deal. And if we have brain fog, it's hard to access our answers for the GPS method. And it's hard for the alignment to happen, for the creative flow to come through. So fitness is a very powerful tool to align mind, body, and spirit, clear all the stress chemicals that we have in our daily life for all number of different reasons. It gets them flushed out of the body, and that allows a clearer channel to happen for our creativity. So it's a huge thing. It's something I use all the time. Before these videos, I always make sure that I work out beforehand. I make sure that I meditate beforehand. All these different things because I want to be in as clear as space as possible to deliver. And that's what I really invite you to do if you haven't already, is to see this as a tool. This is a tool for your creativity and to boost it up on the color scale, which allows you to get, of course, better results in your life and business. So take a look at how your plan is. And the cool thing here is you can use the GPS method for this. And that's what I invite you to do, is as I'm asking these different questions, these are meant to spark different things, because I absolutely believe that your subconscious mind, your spirit, already knows the next best step. I absolutely believe that. And it might be a plan or a workout program that you've had your eye on, or maybe it's a slight tweak that you've kind of had a slight tweak to the plan that maybe you've kind of felt a nudge to do but you haven't done yet. Your subconscious mind already knows where to go, so let's follow it. So take a look at your plan. How is your consistency? Maybe you got a plan, maybe the consistency isn't there. Okay. Now, really what we're looking for here too is what can bump up, wherever you're at on the color scale for fitness, what can bump it up another level. Because as I've shared before, even though it's just going up one color level, it doesn't seem like much, but it actually boosts our score up tremendously. It opens up a whole new level of momentum, creativity, and excitement. So even taking something from red to yellow, or excuse me, some red to gray is a big, big deal. So really here, we're not looking to go from red to blue from the very beginning. That's like going from white belt to black belt and wanting to do that in one step. That's just not how it goes. So, but we do want to get to the next step. So what's that next belt level? And really this is about building control and mastery in these different areas of your life for you. And also having it customized for you, because there are universal things that work for everybody, and everyone's going to have their own different preference. So that's why the GPS method is so powerful, because it allows you to find what works best for you, and instead of being a clone of me or anybody else. So take a look at your consistency, and if that's an issue, hey, just that'll let you know that, hey, if you focus your forces and stick to the script for the consistency, that's going to bump you up a level, and that's going to create new results for your business. And by the way, you just got to test it out for yourself, because once you start seeing that the more you bump things up on the color scale, the better ideas you have and like the more momentum you create in your business. It's only going to take a few times until you're hooked and you're like, okay, this works. So test it out for yourself as fast as possible. And how are your results? So maybe you do have a plan, maybe you do have a consistency, but maybe the results aren't there. So maybe something needs to be tweaked. Maybe there's so many different things. And that's why instead of getting into all the specific things, it's really follow your GPS and see what feels heavy in your workout plan. See what feels heavy in and what feels light, and follow that, okay? And do the exercise that I shared with you where you can ask your subconscious or your spirit, however you view it, what to do, and it'll guide you. Okay, how can you improve? So maybe you have a great level of baseline results. What's next? Other question to ask yourself is, how can you optimize? So it's very similar to improve, yet optimize kind of usually brings up different thoughts. So maybe you've got something that's working well, it's getting the results, it's going forward. How could you make it easier? How could you streamline it? How could you do it in less time? Okay. And that's the last one is, how can you enjoy it more? Because ultimately, when we know we're enjoying it, we're in green. And there's going to be things about life that we're not going to enjoy, of course, but having some type of that means you're bringing the green energy into it. And to share a contrast on this is, you can do your fitness at any color scale, at any level you want. So if you want to be battling all the time, grinding it out, going against the grain, you can do that in the red, and you can get ripped, you can get shredded, absolutely. Yeah, it's just, is that what you want in your life? And some people do, but most people don't. So finding that happy balance where you're challenging yourself. It's hard work at times, but you're doing it in a way that feels good. For example, that you're excited about it, okay? And that's really bringing that green in there. And for fitness specifically, blue is like, you've got it dialed in. Its habits are solid. You're having fun. The results are your dream results. And it's a well-oiled machine. And you've basically gotten a black belt in your fitness. That's what each of these are. And it takes time. And it takes time. And you don't have to go from red to blue for your life to change. Really, you just got to go up a level, and boom, things will be moving for you. So that's what I invite you for the fitness. Take a look at where you're at, what ideas come to mind here, and see what's one thing that you can do. What's one thing from this video that you can implement to move yourself forward up the color scale. And I challenge you to implement that one thing. And I know you might have a lot of ideas, and that's where I'm just really going to emphasize, hey, just pick one thing, build that into a habit, get that solid, and then look at the next one. And that steady progression is just what I've seen with people, and with myself as well, to be the most long-lasting change. Because once we build that habit, it's there. And then if we don't do it, if we don't do that workout, it feels like, it feels off. And that's the magic thing for me, at least, when I know I really clicked in that habit, is when it feels off that I'm not doing it. And then that's when the resistance truly has been reversed, because there's more momentum going forward with that new habit than there is going backwards. So there we go. That's what I got for you in this video, and I'll see you in the next one.